Hello everyone, welcome to GEAR-1. I am Ed.
And I'm Noel.
And today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a quick review of Season 3 of Formula E. So I did not follow it really until New York. That was the first time, that was like the first race that I actually watched.
I think most people in the US didn't really come to notice Formula E until the New York race. Congratulations are in order for one Lucas di Grassi.
Lucas di Grassi, congratulations.
Lucas, you are 2017 Formula E Drivers Champion. Well done. Brilliant, brilliant.
Lucas, we did it after 3 years.
Great job, team! We are the champions! We are the champions! Woo! Yeah!
181 points. 2 wins in Mexico and Montreal. The first day of Montreal.
That was a big win for him.
Yeah, 3 poles and 7 podiums this season.
Yes, 7 podiums. That was really, really good for him.
Season 3 was a great season. It was a lot of people calling it the breakout season for Formula E. Yes, it is electric racing, and a lot of people look at it for its message of sustainability. But aside from that, it's good racing. It's good racing. It's entertaining, and it has its place in the future, or at least the FIA believes so, because they've made some rules that we'll cover later on. Back to the winners of this last season of Formula E. So we got the Constructors' Championship. Going to
Renault Edams. Congratulations to Renault Edams.
Yeah. Second place, Audi Sports.
Audi
Sport Apt.
Yeah.
Audi is now the title sponsor for that team.
Yes.
And third to Mahindra Racing.
Mahindra! Yeah. Congratulations, guys. I am a huge fan of Mahindra. So, yeah, those 3, congratulations to them.
Yeah. Drivers' Championship, we have, of course, Lucas di Grassi, first place. Sebastian Buemi, second place. And third place, Felix Rosenqvist.
Yes.
Yeah. And something else noticeable about Felix Rosenqvist, if that's the first time recognizing his name in Formula E, if you've been following the series, his rookie season.
Rookie year.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year, really.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah, he had an amazing season. So, fan boost.
Yes. So for those of you that are not familiar with the fan boost concept in Formula E, it's a vote among the fans, right, for their favorite drivers. Each fan is allowed to vote for 2 drivers to give fan boost to. For this season, the one driver that got a fan boost out of all 12 races was Lucas di Grassi.
Yes. Yeah. Now, it's important to note that 3 drivers per race get a fan boost, and you can do fan boost as much. I think each person can only do it once, and it's before the next race. So the next race coming up is in December 2nd.
Yeah, they haven't opened it up.
Yeah, they haven't opened it up yet. But once they do, you can vote for your 2 favorite drivers.
It opens up a few days before the race, and you're allowed to go online and vote for your favorite driver. They compile the votes. Top 3 drivers get a fan boost. So
yeah, congratulations to all the winners, big winners from Formula E Season 3. And I guess we can go over some of the highlights now for Season 3.
Yeah, so
probably the most notable was what carried over from Season 2.
Right, the rivalry between di Grassi and Buemi. There was sort of a controversial moment when di Grassi got into the back of Buemi and they both crashed out.
Yeah. Wasn't it like turn 1 or something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was.
Yeah.
I think Buemi was, I think, first, or might have been second. Di Grassi was directly behind him in the grid, and going to turn 1, di Grassi just came into the back of him and took them both out. So that started off in Season 2.
Carried over to Season 3. Yep. They had some very strong things to say about one another in interviews.
Right. There have been some personal interviews where there's no love lost between the two, and we'll see how that carries over into the next season. Yeah. So di Grassi, speaking of which, had a phenomenal run this year.
Yes, in Mexico.
Yeah. So
that was actually his first podium. His first podium, out of 2 that he got this year.
Right, that was one of the 2 podiums that he got this year, and it was done in incredible fashion. Second lap of the race, somebody got into the back of Degrassi, damaged his rear wing. Degrassi had to pit. They changed his rear wing, and he was able to make it out without going down a lap. But he was essentially dead last with a car that was sort of possibly compromised. Held on for like 18 laps, and I think he pitted early. I think he had to pit early because there was some issues with the car. Because of his pit stop, he was like running low. I don't think he was actually running low on power, but I think the car was definitely compromised. And got out early, and he was able to hold on to drive in a manner that conserved his energy. I mean, he was assisted by lap traffic and safety cars here and there, but he held on, and he was able to actually win from behind in Mexico. So it was a phenomenal race. After he was interviewed afterwards, and he said something like it was his best race ever, not just in Formula E, but ever. Because of what he had accomplished, and it was truly an amazing thing. The car should not have been able to last as long as he did without going below the minimum amount of allocated energy that they could run. They're still essentially running off of the same batteries from season 1.
Yeah.
And so the technology will improve, and by season 5, there's going to be a whole new battery set. And
there's actually going to be a whole new design of the vehicle. We'll talk about that later.
Right.
But but that was definitely a really great performance from him.
So something else that happened in season 3, another highlight, was Buemi's disqualification.
Yes,
disqualifications. He was DQ'd twice.
He was DQ'd twice. Berlin was his first one, and then there was the
Montreal.
Montreal was the second one.
Right.
Now the first one was from I like to call it Formula E Deflategate. But tell us a little bit about that.
After the race, cars go into Parc Fermé and they measure the tire pressures. Right, among other things, they check the tire pressures. Turns out Buemi ran tire pressures that were, I think, something on the order of like 5 psi below what was allowed. Now, the reason why they would do that was it would give them more grip and allow them, performance advantage. Yep. So, they figured, okay, well, maybe it was on this one set of tires that was on the car, right? Well, they checked the other car. It was 5 psi below. Then they got suspicious, and then they checked all the tires that were in their possession. Every tire was 5 psi.
So
down.
Not much of a coincidence.
It wasn't coincidence or an accident.
Yeah.
So they were DQ'd in Berlin on the first race in Berlin for that, and then Montreal.
So for those of you who maybe missed it, during practice in Montreal, I think it was practice 2. It wasn't even practice 3 yet.
It was practice 2, yeah.
It was practice 2.
It was right before qualifying, which was like the worst time for something like this to happen.
So it's practice 2. Buemi's, he's known apparently for doing very, very good control through chicanes. There was a specific turn on the Canada track where it's very, very tight, and he tried to cut it really close. He ends up catching his left front of his wing, and then it puts him right into the wall. He obliterates his car. He was safe, thank goodness. But his team literally had to rebuild a car from scratch.
In an hour.
Now they did it, and whether or not they did this accidentally, because they were building a whole car from scratch in an hour, they ended up, 5 kilograms underweight? Yeah, and that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
And he did finish the race, but then afterward, when they weighed the vehicle and everything, that's when they had decided that he was going to be disqualified for it. Now that was big for him because
going into Montreal,
he
had a 10-point
lead. Exactly.
He had a 10-point lead over Degrassi. He had his crash, and so now let's talk about and also Buemi had missed New York. Right, so for the entire 2 races in New York, he scored 0 points. Where Degrassi, I think he was able to pick up a few.
Yes,
but Buemi's misfortunes in Montreal were just numerous. It all started off with his crash during practice 2, just an hour before qualifying. that had a cascading effect over the rest of the weekend. They put the car together, 5 kilograms lighter. It's quite possible that in season 1 and season 2, the race officials were not that good at checking cars and making sure that everything was in spec.
Well, they're still figuring it out.
They were still figuring it out in season 1, 2. By season 3, you figured, okay, well, they pretty much got it down. They know how to give these cars a good shakedown.
Now that was all in Montreal Race 1. In Montreal Race 2, I believe, and correct us if I'm wrong. I know this happened in one of the Montreal races. Buemi and Degrassi were in the same qualifying round, so that actually made it really, really competitive. I don't think that Buemi made a top 5, and because of that, he started a little further back in the grid.
Right. Yeah, he started further back in the grid than Degrassi, but at that point he was already down. I think something like because of his disqualification.
Yes, he had lost the lead at that point because Degrassi
actually
won. He podiumed.
He podiumed.
So that
not podium. He won.
Yeah,
day 1, and I think because of his DQ,
he was down by I think like 15 or 16 points, something like that.
Montreal, everything came apart for Buemi. I mean, he came into the race with a 10-point lead over Degrassi, and
destroyed his car,
got
disqualified,
and got into an altercation with the Andretti guys.
Yes,
where he just
he lost it. I mean, I get it. The championship was on the line, and
he saw it slipping away through his fingers.
I could totally see it. Still, it's. I wouldn't say that it's an excuse for his behavior. I'm just saying that the fact that it was caught on camera.
Yeah,
that's really what was the worst thing about it.
I mean, he did. To his credit, he did apologize later on.
Yeah.
But after everything was said and done, after the championship had been decided and awarded, and
he had a chance to calm down.
Yeah, he had a chance to calm down.
But you got to think, if he didn't do it on camera and he did it off camera, would he have apologized? He probably never would have had to.
No, and that's like a lot of things, if you're not caught doing it, you're not sorry for doing it.
So I mean, I would have felt bad for Sebastian Buemi if he didn't have a championship already. He was season 2 champion. So he's competitive, and I would want to do a back-to-back championship if I could.
All right.
Still, it was just really, really. No matter how you cut it, it definitely was an unfortunate fall from grace. He went out to Nürburgring WEC.
Yeah.
40 points I think in the lead. So when Buemi opted, well, he was contractually obliged to do Nürburgring WEC.
For the World Endurance Car Championship.
Exactly. So because he was obliged to do that, it gave Degrassi a tremendous opportunity to pick up some points. And he ended up 4th and 5th, which means that he picked up 10 and 12 points. That's 22.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 22 points to narrow a 40-point gap.
Right.
Or roughly a 40-point gap. We don't remember exactly what it is, but it was definitely a significant amount. One podium and then nothing else would not have given him the lead. So it didn't seem like a close race until after New York.
Right.
So
yeah. I mean it's been great with the past 3 seasons in Formula E. Mm-hmm. So you've had 3 seasons and you have 3 champions.
3 separate champions.
3 separate champions.
Yes.
All 3 in a new one every season.
Which is a good segue into our discussion about Season 4 Outlook.
Yeah.
So adding 2 extra cities, Rome, and then
Rome is one of them, and another one is TBD. I mean, it looks like Germany might come back in, so it might not be. I mean, if it's not Germany, it's going to be a new city. More than likely, Germany will be back in, but Rome is definitely a new location. Well, they'll be running. Yep. And 14 races overall, which is the most races they've had.
Earlier start to the season. It's going to start in December 2nd of this year. So definitely stay tuned to that.
Yeah, December 2nd. We will be covering the Formula E preseason.
Yes,
with the testing.
And there is the announcement that FIA made that there will no longer be an overlap of Formula E and Formula 1 races.
Yeah. So one of my biggest challenges this season and in previous seasons was trying to fit the time to watch both Formula One and Formula E into my weekend schedule.
It's essentially Sophie's choice for racing.
Whatever that is.
So I'll tell you about Sophie's choice later.
Okay. So also the season's going to end about a little bit later. The last week, July 28th and 29th of 2018. Mm-hmm. And it'll start in Hong Kong and it'll end in Montreal.
Yep.
And also for all you US fans, the New York City race
is coming back.
It's on the schedule.
It's coming back.
July 7th and 8th.
Maybe we'll be there yet. I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah.
If I can afford it, maybe you can go.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's. I don't think the affordability for the tickets, or the price of the tickets, are going to be
it's the flight. That's what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, considering that they sold out this year,
I hope they offer the really fancy schmancy, VIP tickets.
I can't imagine how much those will cost. I mean,
at this point, you couldn't get them unless you knew someone. So
right. This year you couldn't get them unless.
I would at least like the option to throw all my money away on going to do the VIP experience.
I probably would be financially limited.
Yeah.
But because I'm thinking, I mean, really, it's gonna be like running the 4 digits.
Oh yeah, probably. Probably the last thing that we'll cover is season 5. We don't know much about season 5 other than the potential design for the vehicles.
Well, so season 5 is going to bring a lot of changes, and
Mercedes-Benz is going to cover. Who else is joining?
Mercedes-Benz, BMW,
Porsche. Yep.
Right, all joining in season 5. There's going to be a new battery in season 5. There's going to be a whole new car, something that just looks like something you've never seen. Maybe like this.
But season 5 is really, really going to be exciting. That's probably going to be where it just really takes it to the next level. Season 3 was great. It was amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to season 4. And with that, I think we've completed everything that we needed to talk about.
Yeah.
In a decent period of time, editing pending. And as always, I am Ed telling you to stay safe.
And I am Noel telling you to stay fast.
We will see you next time. Thank you so much for everyone that follows our channel and watches us. Like us, share us, and we'll be
subscribe to us.
Yes, subscribe to us. Let us know what you want to see more of, what you want us to talk about. We'll do all that stuff, and we will see you next time.